Hi guys, and welcome back to the final episode of Developing Dallas. So I'm going through the item binder here with all the players that we've managed to pick up over the course of the series who actually have played for the Dallas Cowboys or got a Dallas Cowboys card this year, to be more specific. But I'll arrange them by overall so you can see some of the best guys that we've had. I've put in Larry Allen as well. Probably arguably one of the strongest NFL players of all time. But we put him in instead of Zach Martin, so I think we have one of the highest overalls you can possibly get with a full Dallas Cowboys team, obviously minus in the golden tickets because I don't actually have the budget to get them in. But besides that, I think this is the highest overall team you can get. We've got a lot of good high rated cards in the lineup here, and I think we've used every single card we can possibly use besides a cornerback version of Deion Sanders. But as you can see here, this is the final lineup we're going with. 93 overall, very good lineup. Got high 90s for pretty much every position. As you can see there, we got 98 Dez Bryant, we got 94 Tony Romo, 96 Michael Irvin, who came in pretty late but has been an absolute star on the team. An insane offensive line there with all high rated elite cards. And the defense also is actually really good. Like, I didn't actually expect it to end up being this good, but as you can see, we got Gregory in there, we got Glover, we got loads of good players. We got McLean, we got DeMarcus Ware because you guys wanted him in, even though he doesn't actually have a Cowboys card. You guys wanted him in, so I thought I'd throw him in. And we got Roy Williams, a strong safety, and I'm not actually going to upgrade to his 98 strong safety card because if you look at it, it's barely an upgrade. It's really not worth the upgrade, and I prefer the card art on the 93 version, so I'm going to go with that one. I'm just going to get the highest possible overall team we can get before we end the series. But if you guys have enjoyed this series, drop a like on the like button. Tomorrow I'll probably be uploading a video around a new series idea I've got, which I hope you guys will like. I think it's a really interesting idea, really good idea. So comment down below if you're excited for that one, and subscribe if you are new. But as you can see, this is the team we're going to go into the final game of the series with. I mean, I've already played the game. It's a really good game. I played about 4 or 5 games with the team, and I put the best game highlights, or the highlights from the best game, after the team building bit here. But this is the team overall. If you guys fancy building a one squad team, I'd recommend the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, the team plays insanely well. They've got so many high rated players compared to some of the other teams. They've actually got high rated players in pretty much every single position. But the final checklist here, as you can see, I've crossed everyone off because every single name on that checklist, we've actually used a player or that player at some point in the series, whether it be their highest rated card or not. For example, Sean Lee there, we've only used his 90 rated card, but we've used him at some point throughout the series, so I've crossed him off the list. Same with Deion Sanders, we used his wide receiver card. We never actually got his cornerback card, but it's checked off for that reason. But as I said, I'm going to jump into a game now. If you guys have enjoyed the series, show it some love on the like button, and I'm thinking about doing either a one team series again or another idea, but like I said, I'll upload a video about that tomorrow. But for now, I will jump into a game with some insane highlights, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So guys, jump into a game with some pretty good highlights throughout the whole game. We start off on defense, so we're going to get the defense their last run out of the series here, and we don't want them to do anything stupid. And luckily this guy doesn't get too far, gets out to the 26. He's making his way upfield a little bit, up to the 44 now, and he's going to try halfback toss it. He was always going to dive inside there, but I didn't want to risk user in the guy because I knew he would get that anyway, and I was hoping the CPU would stop him doing that, but he didn't, and he got 50 yards on a run early on. But we get a nice fumble there, big hit, and this guy can't do anything about it, luckily. 2nd and 17, we just know we need to lock him down. I'm happy, him getting a field goal here. Nothing I can do to stop that, really, unless I get an interception or something. But I'm just going to use her over the middle in case he tries to chuck it over the middle. I will be there. He's making a fair few adjustments this play. He's going to go with the screen play again. It works for him this time, but luckily we're going to lock him up, and he only gets about 5 yards on it. So he's still got 3rd and 12. and actually went for a screen 3 times in a row. We get a really good fumble with DeMarcus Ware there. And Glover is on the run, looking like he's going to get a touchdown off this here, but he can't shrug off the final guy there. We get it to 8 yards out. All I'm going to do is just going to try and fullback dive it in. He gambles on that, takes out Romo, doesn't go for the fullback. And we managed to bumble our way into the end zone when we should have only got 2 yards off that play. We managed to get a touchdown. And this was a pretty glitchy game, as you'll see. He goes on the inside here, and there's a huge gap. And he manages to hit the hole, and he manages to actually score on us on our final game from a kickoff return, which very rarely happens. But as I said, this game had something of everything in it. I mean, we would have got a fumble, turnovers, kickoff returns, all things like that. And things like that, I don't get how that wasn't pass interference, because he just bumped into me and stopped Witten on the route. But luckily, Witten still managed to get round him. And we're going to make our way forward a little bit. And I was trying to run a fair bit in this game, but I'm obviously not going to show too many of them because they weren't working. And Witten shrugs off something there, dodges the tackle. I thought he was going to come and take me out, so I juke back. Juke back works that time, try and shrug off this guy, and Witten trips over nothing and ends up falling down at the 11. So we haven't actually had too many insane plays on offense except that one by Witten, but that route was working all game, so I was just going to use it there. No reason not to. And he went with another screen pass. He was loving the screen pass, this guy. And since I was trying to use the linemen a little bit in this game, not the linemen, sorry, the linebackers, counteracting the screen wasn't working as easily. I mean, when you use your lineman, it's really easy to do that. But he kept going for it. And luckily, we have quite a quick D-line. So they were managing to get to him quick enough to stop the screen a lot of the time. But as you can see, for some reason, I was clicking the button there to get a user pick. Would have been a nice user pick, but for some reason it didn't work out, and he manages to get his way up the field. That was, I don't know why it's doing that for me. Sometimes when I try and get a pick, it just doesn't end up working, and he's shrugging off tackles all game, this guy. Running the hurry up offense a lot as well, which seems strange to me because he didn't really have much open, and I was in a good defensive lineup here that didn't offer him any easy routes. But we're going to stop him on 2nd and 3. It's going to be third and 1. I'm gambling he's going to run it here. I think he's going to run it anyway. So we got 5 men just running straight towards him there. Going to shift to the left. And he doesn't actually end up throwing it straight into the flats. And he's making his way upfield pretty easily. I mean, I haven't got any good defensive stops personally. I got a lucky fumble, and that's been pretty much it. Well, not a lucky fumble, I suppose. There were 2 fumbles in that play. And odds are I'm going to get one of them, especially with DeMarcus Ware running through with his 96 odd speed. But he's in the red zone here. All he was doing was running it in the red zone. So I'm just going to try and lock that up as much as possible. We force him 3rd and goal. I'm pretty sure he's going to run it again. So I'm going to pinch the line, send him straight up the middle so he just can't run it straight up the middle, which is what he done on the pass play. And he does that. We managed to get him, stop him. But something else that happens a lot in this game is they just drag the players further forward than they should have. That should have been 4th and maybe 3 yards. But he's going to running back toss it in. Either way, I probably wouldn't have stopped that. I mean, that's a play I do a lot of the time. Not much left, time much left in the second quarter. All I'm going to do is lob it up and hope with Romo. And as you can see there, Dez Bryant, a huge cornerback, and he's going to get in for a nice touchdown at the end of the second half. And I'm loving the Romo Bryant combo in this game. It's probably one of the best combos that I've used in the entire game. And we're up 21-14 here, going into the second half. Start of the third quarter. I'm going to try and get a kick return on him. Really wanted to. I saw if I maybe managed to creep round the outside there, I potentially managed to run it back, but I didn't manage to. And all I wanted to do in this half was just make it a 2-possession lead, get a few nice highlights in for you guys, and just try and get everyone on the offense involved. So I'm trying to get a few runs involved and try and make a few big, deep passes, a few short routes, everything like that, trying to get everything involved. I knew he wouldn't expect a toss because I hadn't done one yet, and we managed to get a first down with it. And Darren McFadden, pretty good running back, not one of the best I've used. I definitely preferred Ezekiel Elliott to him, but I thought I had to get him involved in the series a little bit, just because we hadn't used him yet. And we pick up a first with the fullback there, and who has actually been an unsung hero of the series, I think. He's been in there for 10, 15 episodes, And he's done a really good job getting some good run blocks in. Whenever we ask him to fall back dive, he manages to get a good 5 yards off it. So hopefully we'll manage to get a bit further out the field here. We get a nice run with Aaron McFadden, but we throw an interception. I thought he was open, but the CPU made a really good play for my opponent here. And he has the chance to take control of this game pretty much. He was loving the halfback toss, this guy, but luckily we were locking it up quite well because our cornerbacks have decent enough block shed to get off the blocks and make plays when he does that. But it's 4th and 8 here. He goes for a screen play. We got that nicely locked up, but he manages to glitch through my player. Like, that might be one of the glitchiest plays I've seen all year. He just ran straight through me. It looked absolutely ridiculous, which gives this guy another chance to get upfield. But we force him to 4th down again, and he's going to go for it. And he was wide open over the middle there. I should have been using better there. I wasn't sure where he was going to throw it, so I was pretty much standing in the middle of nowhere. But he was barely running it in the 4th quarter, so I know I just need to stop the run. And there's been no scores in this half of the game, so it hasn't been really high scoring first half and not as high a score in second half whatsoever. But he's nearly in the red zone here. He just needs to get a first down, which he nearly manages to do there. 2nd and 4. I think we force him to third and 4 as well. Not sure whether he's going to run it again, but I'm just going to go coverage just in case he decides to throw it. Hopefully we'll have every area locked up since we're so close to the red zone. He goes for a run, and he manages to get in to the 2-yard line. We force him back on his first play. I'm pretty sure here he's going to go for a toss again because he was loving the toss play. He does, so we're usering over there. And we get a nice sack, pushing him back again. And it's 4th and 7, so he needs to get it in this play. He's on the run. He doesn't have anyone really open. Terrible throw. And 50 seconds left. All I need to do is run down the clock a little bit to win. So I'm just going to give it to the trusty man Klutz, who besides his first game I don't think has fumbled, besides the first play we ever used him. And we end up winning the final game of the series, which I'm really glad about, that we can finish on a win. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Developing Dallas series. It's been really fun to make. Thanks everyone for watching. Like I said, drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed the series as a whole. Comment down below maybe your favourite player of the series. Mine personally, I'd have to say, is Dez Bryant, as you can imagine. And also, subscribe down below if you're new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for an exciting episode of potentially a new series.